Hello everyone, welcome again. Since the last information about update 7.0 when we saw that that mysterious tank in the advert and nobody knew what kind of tank is that. Finally we have this monster in the shop. It was like mixed of when I saw that first time, for me that was like mix of a couple of Russian technologies in one place. And here we have, this is a Russian heavy tank on tier 8, T-2020. And is it a good tank? Of course, it looks amazing, you know. If you look at that, you have all those protections, all the spaced armor around, and it looks like a really strong tank. But if we go to the technical part of it, it doesn't look so good. If you look here, for example, you'll find out all the details here are exactly the same like in the other premium Russians, like on tier 8, like IS-5 or IS-6. And then if we get to the statistics, you see it's true. Here we have T-2020 in the first row, IS-6 and IS-5. Those three tanks, because you know I didn't add IS-3 because it's a regular tank, so don't even bother. But those three premium tanks is exactly the same. The only differences here is like rate of fire 509 against 4.81 is really not really significant difference between IS-6 and IS-5 has exactly the same. So IS-5 and T-2020, they have exactly the same gun, again 122 millimeters. Weapon handling, again, there's only 6 degrees of gun depression and 16 of elevation, which is pretty much the same everywhere. The only one difference is in IS-6, it has 20 degrees of gun elevation. Otherwise, again, exactly the same. Speed, not much difference, only 5 kilometers, around 3-5 kilometers difference between those tanks, so pretty much the same. Power weight ratio also 1-2 HP per ton is not a big difference. So basically, according to the to the gun and the mobility, they are pretty much the same. And if you remember, we looked on the turret here. It looked like it's so well armored, and it makes impression like it's really nicely covered. You see, all the hatches are covered. Everything is nicely covered by the spaced armor. But in reality, when we get to the to inspect the armor, look, this is T-2020. Of course, it has a frontal spaced armor here, but altogether is 243 millimeters on the front. There's a weak spot here with 225, and if you look for IS-5, for example, you see 400, 580, and even more. So this turret is much better according to the parameters here. This turret is much stronger. Of course, you got the weak spots here. And IS-6 the same, 243, 320, and there is 180, 190. On the front. But what Gaming announced, you know, in the advert, they said there's a ST1 turret combined with IS-5 hull. But if you get to ST1, look at that. This is ST1. This is not even the top turret. This is just stock one, because top one is out of the questions. But the stock turret, look at the parameters here, 199, 170, and here is 440. So everything that's supposed to be on the side, like let's say we have the space armor here, that should be about 500-600 millimeters here, but we have 240 to 320 with this angle. So basically all this spaced armor gonna protect you, the same like on the sides here. All those bits, they're gonna save you from high explosives and hash gun shells. Maybe you may not get much damage from Smasher, KV2 or T-49, for example. But everyone that get use armor piercing ammo, you're gonna penetrate that easily. 290, 280, 230. So this turret is not really safe. And the same on a hull. Hull is similar again. Is similar to IS-5. The shape wise, and the parameters here 250. This one of course is 400 because of a slope here, and the weak spot here 180. And if you look on IS-5, you got 280, same 220. This one is a weak spot on the IS-5, and down is 190, so even slightly better than this new T-2020. So basically it's like mixture of IS5 and IS6, and all of that cost us I can't remember, about $50. Let's see, where is that T-2020? 49 pounds or $49. Seriously, for such a tank is absolutely not worth such a money. And if you really want to buy, it's basically like the same like other Russian premium tanks. So if you're keen to buy something like on tier 8, Russian tank on tier 8, I can suggest this option, where is IS6, like we just talked about. For 5,500 we get IS6, 500,000 of credits, 1 month of premium, 10 certificates for 5 times experience, and couple of details like special camo and legendary avatar and the garage slot. So seriously, if you want to spend something, it's much better option to buy this one than that new T-2020. The only thing that T-2020 has a new one is this autoloader animation, which looks really nice, and I think that might be kind of the further incoming changes that Wargaming is working on. Maybe some another graphic upgrades, like animated details on the tank and stuff like that. So basically that's a good stuff, but this is the only good stuff from this offer. So basically for me, stay away of that, because 49, nearly 50 pounds, $50 is absolutely not worth. This tank is absolutely not worth. Like I just said, it's even worse than IS5. So if you really want to buy something, buy IS6. If not, if you can join the clan and work clan resources up to tier 10, you can get IS5 for 1,500 of gold, which is just as a fraction of this price, and the tank gonna be pretty much the same, in some places even better, because the guns exactly the same. It's another tank with 102mm guns, like we just had in the shop. Object 252U. That was okay. That was an outstanding offer because of his unusual armor. But this armor, it may look on the model, it may look fancy, but seriously, it's not a point. So that's it. That was a quick informational video about that. If you consider to buy it, seriously, just think twice, because if you want to get, of course, if you're a collector and you don't care about the money, that might be offered for you. I don't care. But seriously, if you look for if you really care about your money, this is absolutely no-go option. And if you wait a while, like I don't know, maybe 2-3 months, I'm sure that this tank, because the players are not stupid, this tank it won't be sold in a huge amount, and probably gonna come back in some offers, like I don't know, maybe not crates, or maybe in crates, but I'm more than sure that it will come with some special offers for gold, maybe for like 12,000-15,000 of gold maximum, and it's still gonna be slightly overpriced in my opinion, because this thing, the maximum value for me is about 6,500-7,000 of gold max, same like IS6 for example. Nothing special in this tank really. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope I just save your money, and I give you some good examples, good information about this one. If you want to see any other materials, just stay tuned, subscribe the channel, and just wait for new materials that are gonna come really soon. Thanks once again, and take care.